What's going on, my fellow A-Plusers? Welcome back once again to a brand new episode of A-Plus Morphinominal, your stop for your Power Rangers, Super Sentai, and Kamen Rider review and news right here on our YouTube page. It is I, your Morphinominal host, Adam Perez, back once again with a Kiramager review. We're about to get into episode number 36. But look, guys, if you had one shot, one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted in one moment, would you capture it or let it slip? And that's pretty much what Juru wind up having to ask himself, that very, very question here in this week's episode. Merry Crystas, everybody, as we wind up actually somehow getting ourselves an 8-mile rap battle to go ahead and end off the new year in a fantastic way, to be honest with you. Listen, one of the things that I continue to love about Kiramager is honestly it's creativity. We've talked about this before, some of the performances, some of the fun sort of games that they kind of acknowledge, like the poems that they had to do at the beginning of the season. We even got like the golf mask last week to defeat him. They had to go actually play golf, if you will, on like a par 5. And in this particular episode, we got MC Carantula, who's coming out with the bars, spitting some fire, trying to go ahead and have a rap battle with our Kiramagers here this week. This series just continues to make me laugh and just continue to make me smile in just how they solve a lot of their issues, if you will, at the end of each and every episode in here. A very light-hearted season, but one that's really grown on me, and one that I continue to love each and every week. And I love the fact that this show sort of doesn't take itself too overly seriously, that it's comfortable with having a little bit of fun sort of thing. And I think that's exactly what this episode certainly was once again, with some great highlights, mind you, that we're definitely going to be breaking down for you guys today. So let's go ahead and get into Kiramager episode number 36. Hopefully copyright doesn't strike me for using some of that Lose Yourself instrumental at the beginning of it, but I definitely just got those Eminem sort of 8-mile rap bars in here from the rap battle that we wind up getting. I do have a question though. The gentleman that was actually sort of hosting the rap battle in here between Juru and MC Carantula, I am kind of wondering if that's an actual rapper over in Japan or not. I believe Carantula actually, he mentioned that it certainly was to kind of judge the battle, if you will. So I don't know if that really relates to the idea of like he in real life this guy is actually a Japanese rapper. I actually have no idea, but I'll have to go ahead and do some Google research in regards to that. But another fun episode here, guys. I thought it would be really fun, especially at the top, to go ahead and narrate or at least call back some of Eminem's lyrics from that Lose Yourself song 8 Mile. If you guys haven't had the opportunity to check out the movie, please go ahead and do so. Eminem actually won himself an Oscar for that particular soundtrack. So a very few, I think, artists have actually won sort of a Grammy and an Oscar also. So Eminem is definitely up there with them. And he's definitely my favorite rapper as well. So anytime I get to harken back or talk about him a little bit, I'm definitely going to go ahead and do so. But this was a really fun episode for me. So really, guys, considering the fact that this is also mixed in with a Christmas holiday sort of theme, I thought it was a really great way to go ahead and kind of switch it up for Super Sentai this year. The idea here that instead of Christmas, we're celebrating Crystas, which is a holiday over on the planet Crystalia. It's a day in the year where they pretty much just spread gratitude. One of their rules is that you cannot insult anybody this day. This is the type of day where you really just show thanks or show your gratefulness, certainly for each and every person. So really starts out on a great note here, but quickly turns sour as Carantula is going to go ahead and get his own hands dirty. As he thinks he has himself in a fantastic plan, and his plan really is to just have rap battles with everybody, just throwing out disses to everybody, and each time he disses them, it winds up sort of providing sort of that negative energy, if you will, right? Turning them a little bit evil, so that when you spread that negativity, then they go ahead and spread that negativity, and then next thing you know, everybody's arguing with each other, insulting each other, and it just continues along from there. And unfortunately for our Kiramagers, we do see them at the, I guess you could say at the tail end of MC Carantula's rap disses in here. I think probably one of my favorite disses probably had to be Takemichi towards the middle. Like when Moryu kind of shows like the x-rays for everybody as to like which insults really affected their heart. I love the fact that for Takemichi, the insult was Wonder Idiot. I thought that was pretty brilliant, considering the fact that his theme, really like his slogan, always starts off with wonder something, right? So the fact that his was Wonder Idiot, I thought was absolutely perfect. But to see Carantula getting his hands dirty coming out here, he's got his own hype man out there, his own DJ, kind of scratching on the tables and stuff. It was really fun for me to watch this episode, considering the fact of how big of a fan of just hip hop and rap I personally am. So to kind of see just their take on it was pretty hilarious. I mean, listen, they weren't spitting out any disses that would probably impress Eminem or any rapper for that part. But listen, they certainly tried, and I'll definitely take that for sure. So, considering the fact that this Crystas for our Crystalians in here is supposed to be all about, gratitude, no insults. I do love the fact that when we do see our Kiramagers coming back to the command center, that's all it is. It's just a bunch of insults, and we immediately start kind of putting up walls between our Kiramagers and our Kiramei Stones. Get an opportunity to see Sina, Seiyo, even Tomitomo and Shiguru just acting significantly different, really negative towards them, kind of spouting out maybe some deep interpersonal feelings that maybe they've wanted to kind of get out before, but haven't really, had that audacity to do so. But this dark energy within them is making them spew things that they probably normally wouldn't want to say. So we do find ourselves in this episode with our Kiramagers and their stones really distrusting one another, and you can clearly see everybody kind of back in a way, really leaving Juru to sort of be that odd man out to try and figure things out amongst each other, right? Like try and bring the peace back between this entire team here. So for the most part, Carantula's plan actually does work to perfection in here, but it is, of course, when it comes to Juru, one of the underrated leaders of this team. She certainly continues to underrate him, and Juru winds up becoming quite successful. For me, one of the things that jumped out at me in this episode really was the continued relationship here between Juru and Fire, considering the fact that these two really are the last two standing that are even talking amongst each other. So to see them have to mend those bonds, I thought was just really telling in here, right? Like when Juru is getting beat in the rap battle, because listen, it's Juru. This guy's he's just not, he does not have a mean bone in his body to be trying to insult anybody, right? So it was pretty funny trying to watch Juru in this rap battle, throwing out some rhymes and trying to insult him. Just not really working for Juru. That's definitely not his strong suit, to certainly say the least. But I do love the fact that him and Fire tend to turn around this rap battle, right, by actually insulting each other, but then flipping it on its head and eventually sort of rapping gratitude to one another, even to the point to where the rest of Jotunheim, the Muddies and stuff, like they were even cheering on Fire and Juru, and I thought that was pretty spectacular in their own right. But for me, that just continues to kind of grow that bond between Fire along with Juru in here, and for me, it was a really sort of touching moment towards the end of this episode, that despite everything that these two sort of said to each other, now that they have kind of officially made up, I do like the idea of hearing, that they don't want to leave each other's side, right? Like, because look, this season is coming to an end fairly soon. I mean, we're on episode 36. I think we maybe have 45 episodes or so, and you kind of wonder really what is going to be the fate of the Kiramagers along with the Kiramei Stones after this season is over, right? Like, are they going to have a brand new planet Crystalia for them to certainly go back to? Do they have to go back to their home planet, or are they going to certainly stick around on Earth? For that we certainly do not know, but I do find it interesting that Juru and Fire seemingly are committed that regardless of what happens after this battle with Jotunheim, that they plan on sticking with each other for the rest of their lives. So maybe those are just those type of bonds between the Kiramagers and their stones that are just so incredibly strong, that even when maybe danger or evil has been sort of defeated, that they're still going to be in each other's lives and still called upon certainly when needed. So I just love the fact that even though they did have their struggles, that after this you can really tell that Fire and Juru really came out of this even stronger, to be honest with you. So I'm hoping, if anything, that goes for the remainder of our Kiramagers and their stones, because I do feel as very much as though they certainly have made up despite everything that happened. And quick honorable mention, just to play along with that, a quick honorable mention does go to the fantastic roll call that we had. I feel like it's been a while since we've had our Kiramagers go into the full roll call, you know, like everybody saying their names, the sparkles in the background and things like that. But this time we even had literally the entire cast of Kiramei Stones coming in here. Even the Chevello Corps were giving out roll calls and stuff, seeing King Orden and Embark in there as well. I thought this was a really great roll call for everybody, considering the fact that I feel like roll calls really have been a really fun theme throughout Kiramager as well. Like they really have allowed to make it some sort of importance, because each individual character, I feel like, has actually specified the idea of wanting to be a part of the roll call or showcasing its importance type of thing. So they definitely continue to play up those henshins and things like that, and seeing everybody on screen together as an entire team. So I thought that was really fun here. I'll even give a quick honorable mention to Carantula's Marsk Beast that she wind up having here this week. The I think it was, I can't remember what she called it. It was the turntable Gora Moryu or something like that. That really huge beast that they usually have to fight off. But we do get to see the Kiramagers defeating it with all 4 of their mechas in here. But I thought the turntable Marsk was pretty badass this week. And one of the things that I kind of predicted a while ago, once Yodana actually sort of entered the fray, one of the things that I said was, I honestly don't think that Carantula is making it out of this season, and it definitely seems that way. I was thinking that one of these generals would certainly fall, and considering the fact of just how important Garza has been to this season, how much of an impact Yodana has kind of left, it always kind of felt like Carantula's time was eventually going to be up, and episode 36 certainly does go ahead and see the finale and the farewell of Carantula after his, well-advised plan, it feels like. But again, always underestimating Juru as the leader. So I thought that was a pretty good storyline for Carantula to honestly go out on. A quick honorable mention does go to Yodana as well, guys. I can't stress this enough. I honestly think I'm in love with Yodana. I mean, just seeing her coming out there with her new swag that she was wearing, the brand new outfits, her out here trying to do some rapping of her own type of thing. I mean, if Yodana hasn't won you guys over as a fantastic villain, I don't know who else certainly will this year, honestly. But I thought that was pretty fun to see her even get involved in the rap battle. But I will say this: if you guys recall, towards the end of this episode, she does kind of stop sort of mid-sentence, as it does feel as though Emperor Yodon probably does go ahead and reach out to her. I feel like we've kind of seen this happen before to Yodana, even along with Garza himself, when these kind of brief moments happen and they kind of, stand in their place, or they feel like something's trying to contact them. It's usually Emperor Yodon. So I'm kind of wondering what plan it is that he's communicating with Yodana, certainly going forward. So the new year may not be very good for our Kiramagers, but it does seem as though Yodana definitely has something brewing here with the Emperor. So we'll see what winds up happening there. But overall, I thought this was a pretty solid episode. Just a really fun one, honestly, in regards to celebrating Christmas, having a little fun theme when it comes to resolving the battle and resolving our issues in here. And I think Kiramager does a really fantastic job of being able to do things like that, right? Like, I think this show, like I said before, doesn't take itself too seriously, but it knows how to pace itself pretty well, how to give you chunks of very important episodes that really move the storyline, but then kind of sprinkle in between there just some really fun adventures and some really great sort of character building in between all those. So I've been really impressed with just the pacing of Kiramager, having fun, yet there are elements of seriousness that I really am very intrigued by in this episode. I don't think we have any honorable mentions to, not honorable mentions, any live viewer questions to go ahead and highlight today. But let me just double check here. Yeah, no, I do not believe so. So other than that, guys, I think that's probably going to go ahead and round it up for us. But considering the fact that our Crystalians and our Kiramagers were in fact celebrating Crystas, I definitely do want to go ahead and wish each and every one of you guys a very Merry Christmas, since it is in fact Christmas Eve. Tomorrow certainly is the big day, and I think this is a great lesson in really how to celebrate Christmas when it's all said and done. Really the idea of having gratitude thankfulness certainly for what everybody has certainly provided for you, whether that be your friends, family, whatever the case may be. This has definitely been a very difficult year for many out there when it comes to 2020. So if you have the opportunity, certainly go ahead and spend Christmas properly with certainly those that you love. I know clearly continue to certainly social distance as best you can, but this is definitely a time to certainly realize what we're certainly grateful for and certainly show some gratitude towards it. So other than that, guys, I think that'll certainly do it for me. Listen, if there is anything in particular that I wind up missing, whether it be character moments, a certain character you want to further talk about, or storyline details that I might have missed, let me know your thoughts in the live chat or the comment section box below, because remember, these are just my A+ opinions, but at the end of the day, I definitely want to go ahead and know yours. So other than that, guys, that'll certainly do it for us. Listen, if you love our content, subscribe to our channel, hit that bell notification, and of course, if you like what you see, please hit that thumbs up, give us that big like, guys, so that YouTube can certainly recommend our work and recommend it to everybody else. But other than that, guys, do me a big favor, enjoy your Christmas, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and as always, keep it A+. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.